Hey everybody, Miss Trammell here. Our second option for our creativity stretchers is the pop-up drawing. Feel free to pause as we go or watch and come back to it. First, our supplies. I have two pieces of paper here, one white and one yellow. You could use the same color paper. I just chose two to make it a little easier to see when we do some of the different steps. You're also going to need glue. You could use a glue stick or a glue bottle. I'm going to use a glue stick today. You're going to need a pair of scissors. Here they are. And you're also going to need something to add some color. Now the first thing we're going to do is some folding. So I'm going to take one piece of paper off to the side. We're going to do a hamburger fold. I'm going to take the bottom two corners and line them up with the top two corners. I'm going to make sure my corners are as close together as they can on both sides. And then I'm going to fold down. I'm going to start by pulling my finger all the way down to the bottom and then sliding across one way and then sliding across the other way. I'm going to make sure it's a good tight crease. That way I've got a fold really nice right down the middle. I'm going to do the same thing on the other piece of paper. So I'm going to take the bottom, fold it up to the top, line up my corners really nice and neatly. Good. Down the middle, off to one side, there's my right, and off to the other side. I need to cut this in half. Half is as big as it can be. I do actually like it to be a little bit smaller than this because I find that my pop-up opens a little bit better. I'm going to start with halfway just to kind of get it going here. I'm going to put this piece off to the side and use that for another drawing or project some other time. And I'm going to cut off about an inch or so, a couple of fingers width off of this long edge of my paper all the way across. Okay, now next I'm going to do an accordion fold on my yellow paper. So I'm going to pull up the end just a little ways, a little bit bigger than a finger's width, and I'm going to crease it nice and tight. I'm going to flip my paper over all the way to the other side. Pull the bottom up, and I'm going to try and line up that end so that when I fold it, it's right about the same size and crease it all the way across. Flip, lift the bottom, fold. Okay, what I don't want to do, I don't want to end up rolling it around in a circle because then it'll get bound up over it. So I'm going to make sure that I flip it over every time. That way it doesn't get wrapped up inside. And keep going. See? There we go. Flip it all the way up to the top. Nice firm crease. Flip it over. Lift the bottom. Nice firm crease. Now you can see I've got this really nice zigzag line going. I'm going to finish, do my last little fold here, and set it off to the side. Now I want you to kind of see what this is going to look like, but I'm not actually going to glue it yet because it'd be really tricky to draw if it was already glued in. But what happens is I glue one side and then it'll open up while it stays stuck, and the right side of my paper will be glued also. And so it's not going to open all the way flat. So you can see how it would be really tricky to draw inside there. So what I'm going to do is just use the yellow paper as my guide. They have a lot of choices here. You can be really creative. I'm going to line it up in the middle. This could be something that goes over you, like an umbrella, or you could move it down somewhere else, like down at the bottom. It could be something that you stand on, or an animal or a creature or an outdoor picture could go above it. I'm going to do something at the top, and I want you to make sure right here in the middle is where the center of your drawing is. That's really important, just right here in the middle. Now, I'm going to add my drawing here. See if you can figure out what my yellow paper is going to be in my drawing. Do you have a guess yet? Here's a hint, some little yellow rain boots. I wonder if you've guessed. Let's see. Here's another hint. A little petal with some splashes. I'm gonna add a face in. And have you guessed yet? Let's give her a little yellow hat and see what it makes. Now, I'm gonna stop here, but you could, of course, add all kinds of other details and backgrounds and things like that. You can take this as far as you would like to take it. And then we're gonna take a look at how to glue it in. So I'm gonna use my glue stick, and on this flat piece, I'm gonna give it a nice line of glue all the way across just this one side. Go over it a couple of times, make sure there's plenty of glue, nice and sticky. And I'm gonna line it up. It needs to be right at the very top of my drawing, and the paper needs to be right on that crease. It cannot cross that crease. Otherwise, I won't get the effect I want with the pop-up. I'm gonna press it down, make sure it's stuck really well. Fold the paper back on top, and now I'm gonna put glue on my top piece. So I've got my top nice and glued, very sticky. And this one I'm going to do just a tiny bit differently. I'm going to hold my accordion nice and flat and very carefully close my white paper over it. So it's folding as flat as I can get it. Give it some pressure, make sure it stays. And there she is, a little girl holding an umbrella. I hope you guessed right. If not, that's okay. I can't wait to see what your creative ideas are.